Well, let the playoffs begin. The new Trier Trevians take on the Marist Redhawks in the first round of the Class 8A playoffs. You know, a lot of people have talked to me over the last week in real time about the seeding for New Trier and why their seeding is so low with a record of 7-2, and the response is it's done by the IHSA and they take into account your opponents. So the weaker your opponents, the lower your seeding. My response on all of that is you still got to win the games no matter who it is you play. And back, and that's a touchback. Francis Fay trying to play it, but it was in the end zone. Trevians with the ball. Sosinski finds an opening and some room. 40, the 50, the 40, 30, and knocked out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. Tripped up out of bounds there. Oh, Trevians right out the bat in pretty good field position here. Sosinski hands it off to Francis Fay. And Fay ahead a couple of yards. The pitch to Sosinski, by Sosinski to Francis Fay, and he's down to the 16. Early on in the game. Spread out for the Trevians. And thrown away. Actually, it's a lateral pass and out of bounds. From the loss of about 6. The pass complete to Brian Kaiser. And good enough for a first down. And down to about the 10, depending on the spot of the ball. Well, they gave him inside the 10. Sosinski, again, looking for the opening. Got down to about the 6-yard line. Hand off to Francis Fay. And Fay inside the 5. Down to about the 2-yard line. The pitch to Francis Fay up over the top, in for the touchdown. And the try for the PAT on the hold. The kick is up, and it is good. And the Trevians take an early lead here, 7-0 over the Marist Redhawks. We're playing at Marist. Marist is Southside Chicago, 115th and Pulaski. Not too far from Brother Rice, isn't too far from here. And a fair catch at the 25. They gave him the 26. And nice second effort. Up to the 40. And off to the far side. Cut to the outside. And close to midfield. They'll spot it 48. And a legal procedure against Marist. Back to pass. Throws. Complete on the screen pass and a flag down for roughing the passer. And he had a few more yards on the end of that. to the flare and the gain of about 4. Second down, 6. Marist comes into the playoffs with a seeding of 11th and New Trier 22nd. It would take a little while to get there, but they'd have to get through Palatine again in order to get to the state. Nice run inside the 10, down to about the 6. That's why I always say it doesn't matter who you play, you got to beat them. Hand off, and again, flags go flying for illegal procedure. Move the Redhawks back. Quarterback keeps it himself and gets to the 10. The pass, looking for the corner, incomplete. So incomplete, and third down. And again, the pass incomplete. And that brings up a 4th down. And we'll do a little strategizing here. 4:05 left here in the first quarter. Trevians leading 7-0. New Trier took a timeout. Now Marist will take a timeout. And they'll go back to try and go for the field goal. And the kick is up, and it is good. And with 4 minutes exactly left to play here in the first quarter, New Trier on top 7-3. The kick away and a touchback out of very strong wind. Going cross field, left to right, as you're watching. Sasinski keeps it himself and gets nothing. Sasinski's pass over here to the side, complete, and out of bounds. That was Anthony. No, that was not Anthony. Pass complete, though. Go for the first down. And Sasinski bowling his way ahead. Picks up about 5. Again, Sasinski looking for some interference up front. Didn't find it. Actually lost a yard there. Sasinski rolls out. Looking. Throws. Complete. Got behind the defenders there. Good for the first down to the 40. Pitch, and I want to say Francis Fay, I think. Could have been Peter Murray. Sasinski, and finds the hole this time. Down to about the 25-yard line of the Redhawks as we're done with the first quarter. At the end of the first quarter, it's New Trier 7, Marist 3. We'll be back with more playoff football right after this. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Cell phone in one hand, ticket in the other. A message in the public interest from the Metro Chicago Sports Network. And first play, Sasinski along the line, but didn't get very much. Original line of scrimmage was all he went to. Low snap, pick up, pass is complete, got some room. And Anthony Nicholas down to the 15-yard line. Trevians in the red zone again. Kaczynski hands it off. And inside the 10, down to about the 7-yard line. Francis Fay, the ball carrier. And again, the handoff to Fay. He got about back to the line of scrimmage. And illegal procedure against the Trevians. They hadn't set. Hand off. And back to about the 11-yard line. Trevians go for the field goal. Savino. They kick up. And it is good. And the Trevians lead it 10-3. And we're ready for the kickoff. The kick away into the wind and taken at about the 5. A little dance and on up to about the 27-yard line. First and 10. For the Redhawks there. Second quarter action. Pass is complete and met immediately by Eric Nicholas. And tried to find a hole. It got about 2 yards. Back to pass. Pass is complete. In the seam, staying on his feet, getting some pretty good yardage out of that. Inside Trevian territory down to the 37-yard line. And Redhawks have a first down. Quarterback keeps it and got by the first guy. Couldn't get past Max Rosenthal, who brings him down. No gain. Metro Chicago Sports Network, glad to have you wherever you may be on our network line. Pass to the near side complete. Again, back to pass. Goes to the side and complete and down himself at about the 27. Doodle a little bit along the line. Gets down to the 20-yard line. Gained a yard. Back to pass. Throwing complete, touchdown for Marist. And they try for the PAT. It is good. And we're knotted up at 10 with 3:45 left to play here in the first half. Very quick game here tonight. And take it at about the 25. Barreling up to about the 39 was Francis Fay. Back to pass, Sazinski, he throws the long and complete at the 30 of the Redhawks, and it's a Trevian first down inside the 30 at about the 28-yard line. Sazinski, and with the interference in front of him, gets all the way down to the 10-yard line. First and goal to go for the Trevians. Not quite, I guess. He spotted it at the 11.
Sazinski carries again.
Clay Sazinski picks up about a yard or two. Now, Peter Murray, the ball carrier. Gets to about the 6. Roll to the right, and got everybody moving that way. Sazinski goes the other way to the left and in for the touchdown. Broke the plane over there in the corner. In for the touchdown. They try for the PAT. He snapped the kick up, and it is good. And it's 17-10 with a minute 32 to play here in the first half. The kick away and bobbled, picked up at about the 17, and then able to get up to about the 34 rather. They spotted at the 35. Pass complete on the flat. A lot of Trevians over there. Breaking them down at the 40. Again, the pass over here to the near side, incomplete. Low pass. Back and throwing and hit immediately by Francis Fay over on that far side. Short of the first down. And Redhawks will fourth down here. Delayed as long as they could before they took a timeout. With just a couple of ticks of the clock. They don't want to give a lot of time for New Trier to set a play. The kick away and the punt on the fourth down and out of bounds. And New Trier will have really one last play here. Leading by a touchdown, they'll just take a knee. And we go to halftime. At the half, it's New Trier 17 and Marist 10. And we'll be back with more football playoff action here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network right after we pause for this.
The home of high school sports on the North Shore, this is the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Play hard, practice harder. A message in the public interest from the Metro Chicago Sports Network.
And the kickoff taken at the 2. And met at about the 24. First and 10 for the Redhawks at the 24. Pass to the flat. Brought down by Francis Fay over there. Oopsie doodling around and up enough for the first down. First and 10 for Marist. Redhawks straight ahead. Pretty good yardage, and they'll get another first down out of that. Quarterback keep through the hole. And all of a sudden, Marist getting some pretty good yardage on the basically straight ahead run. Try it again. And picked up about 3. And the Trevians defense finally figured it out. Stopped them for no gain. Back to pass. Looking up the middle. Pass complete. In the coverage, they were on him. It's a good pass. Quarterback keeps it himself and got nothing. Bryla with the tackle. The pass complete. And inside the 20, down to the 17. He spotted at the 16. On the spread offense, quarterback keeps it. And didn't gain very much. And off inside the 10. Down to about the 8-yard line. And knocking on the doorstep here are the Redhawks. Brought down at the 5.
Gain of 2 more.
Quarterback keeps it. And tripped up by Max Rosenthal at the 4. And down to about the 1. And nope. Didn't get there. Trevians hold. Goal line defense up. And this time in for the touchdown. And the PAT, the point after touchdown, kick is up and it is good. And we are knotted up at 17 with 6:06 to play in the third quarter. Something of an onside kick, but it's going to go out of bounds. And the Trevians get it at the 35. Szynski with a big hole. Got lots of room. 50. And goes out of bounds at the 43, it looks like. Well, they gave him the yard. 42. Handoff, and inside the 40, down to the 36-yard line. Knotted at 17. And a motion. Szynski keeps it himself, and he'll get nothing. Basically the entire interior line. Szynski rolls out. And looks back the other way. Let's fly. Nice catch. Wow. McCabe. And they're saying he stepped out of bounds at the 3. Didn't look that way from here, but that's what they call. Oh, Trevians first and goal to go at the 3. Hand off to Francis Fay, and Fay is stopped short of the goal line. Ball at the 1-yard line. And Francis Fay puts a foot in and the football. And touchdown, New Trier. Second touchdown of the night for Fay. And the kick is up and it is good. And with 3:43 to play here in the third quarter, Trevians have regained the lead at 24-17. There's some of the parents, and not much of a crowd from New Trier, rather typical of New Trier. The student section doesn't travel very well, and this is a pretty good hike, particularly on a Friday evening rush hour through the city of Chicago in a way. And a big hole. Nice run. Up to the 38-yard line. They'll spot it back at the 37 where the knee went down. Again, that flare pass complete. Francis Fay on the coverage. Didn't need to do anything, though. Back to pass. Instead, the takeoff by the quarterback gets up to the 43-yard line or so. To the flare. And Francis Fay coming in. I take that back. That was not Francis Fay, but fourth down. It was a good play, whatever. Now the kick away. One of the few punts today. And it's going to roll dead at the 18-yard line. That's where the New Trier Trevians take over. Clay Sosinski back to pass. And not going to find anybody open. Going to take off on his own. And only picked up about a yard or two. We'll call it 2, second down 8. Zinski straight ahead will pick up another 3 or so. So third down and 5. And Trevian's going to take a timeout here. Kind of think things over. Marist High School, south side Chicago, far south side. 115th and Pulaski. Letting loose a long one. Intended for Francis Fay, incomplete. Fourth down. The snap. And the punt is blocked. And going to roll dead at the Trevian 35. Quarterback keeps it. Picked up about 2, and we're done with the third quarter. At the end of the third quarter, New Trier leads at 24-17, and we'll be back with more football action, the playoffs, right after this.
You are watching the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Sportsmanship is a learned behavior. Practice it. A message into public interest from the Metro Chicago Sports Network.
Well, with the wind blowing like it is tonight, the passing has been all going this way, and up over the shoulder, good for the touchdown for the Redhawks. The snap, the kick is up. It is good, and with 11:54 left to play in the fourth quarter, we are knotted up at 24. The kick away. And another touchback. Get it up in the wind today, and it's kind of hard not to get one. Szynski, the ball carrier. Charging ahead for about a yard is all. Szynski, and heads for the sideline, didn't get out of bounds though, up to about the 26. Szynski again with the pass, and it's complete. Fourth down and 1. Trevian's going to go for it. Handoff, and
that handoff was number 28, Peter Murray.
Peter Murray, the ball carrier, gets the first down, big time, deep inside Trevian territory. Now, Szynski backs his way, spins his way for about a gain of 2. Second down 8. One of the things also working the clock here. Keep it on the ground. What did I say? Keep it on the ground. And actually they pass. Ain't that the way? Anthony Nicholas with the reception of the Szynski pass. And again, give it off to Peter Murray and gets the first down. Up at the 43, 44-yard line. Szynski's going to find nothing. Actually going to lose a yard or 2. Well, we haven't had a lot of penalties. We haven't had a lot of great play today. And a sensational catch by Anthony Nicholas puts the Trevians down to the 31-yard line. The handoff. And not much there. And Murray, the ball carrier. Back to pass, Szynski. Throws it, and pass complete. Up the middle. Good yardage enough for another Trevian first down at the 20. Szynski will pick up about 2. Trevians keeping the arrowhead on the helmet this week. Szynski, the ball carrier. And Trevian crew getting a little excited here late in the fourth quarter, or in the fourth quarter anyway. Trevians down to the 10. That'll be enough for first and goal to go for New Trier. The handoff, and a nice job by Francis Fay getting down to the 4-yard line. And a timeout taken. 2:38 left to play in the fourth quarter. And the Trevians down to the 4. They spot it back to the 5. Pick up about a yard. Jasinski keeps it himself. Bowls his way in for the touchdown. Clay Jasinski on the run. And the Trevians regain the lead. The try for the point after, just barely, but it is good. And New Trier leads it 31-24 with 2 minutes 30 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. The kick away taken at the 30. Cut to the outside. Stop the clock. And out of bounds at the 40. The handoff, and going to lose a few yards on that one. Who was that? McCabe, it looks like. The pass underneath. And they say it was complete. Didn't look that. It looked like it hit the ground. The pass complete and brought down immediately. And now on the run into Trevian territory to the 47-yard line. Marist on the move. New Trier leading this one late in the fourth quarter. Going long and incomplete. Got himself turned around a little bit and the pass a little bit underlet. Defenders were there for the Trebs. Back to pass. And no, brought down from behind. And Clay Jasinski. No one to do that. Timeout taken. 55 seconds left to play. And the fourth quarter. Again back to pass. And intercepted. Flag goes down though. And I don't think Trevian's going to get the ball. They are not. It's going to be defensive holding against the Trevians. Third down. And now the first down. As Bears continues on. So the interception by Higgins was negated. Down the ball, stop the clock. Back to pass. Over here is the near side. Pass complete. And immediately out of bounds at the 29-yard line of the Trevians. Up the middle. That's complete. Also down quickly. And they're going to down that ball to stop the clock. Second down. Quarterback keeps it himself. Gets inside the 15 down to about the 13. They've got to go for the touchdown. That's the only thing that Marist can hope for. And deflected, incomplete. Back to pass. Throws up the middle. It's complete but out of bounds. Fourth down, and the Trevians have the football back. Out of the back of the end zone. The Trevians will take over on. The idea was good. It's just a little bit late. And it's the Trevians football. All they have to do is down it. Take the knee, and that's going to do it. And the New Trier Trevians win their opening round Class 8A football game against the Marist Redhawks. by the final score of 31-24. And will face St. Charles East at New Trier in the next round of the state football playoffs. Again, the final score at 31-24. We'll be back in just a moment to wrap this ball game up.
The North Suburb Sports Center. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network. If you can't see the other driver, they can't see you. At dusk, dawn, or night, make sure you turn on your lights. A message into public interest from the Metro Chicago Sports Network.
The fourth quarter was a classic here tonight. The new Trier Trevians, great job of working the clock and moving the ball down the field to get the game-winning touchdown, eating up the clock doing it. And then great job of holding as the Marist Redhawks can't connect down with the few ticks of the clock left. So the new Trier Trevians advance will face St. Charles East at New Trier as the next game in the Class 8A playoffs in the bracket. So for all of us here at the network, I hope you enjoyed this broadcast, wherever you may be on our network line. And for all of us, we say as always, thanks for watching and so long, everybody.